Alex, what's up, my man?
Hey, what's up, Bob? How are you?
Good, brother. Thanks for having us out here.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming. Yeah, we got the Fox here that I picked up as like a partial project from your boy Dan, our boy Dan.
Yeah, Dan TRC started this thing a little while ago, and you took over the reins and finished her up and made a lot of changes. But man, let's actually, I'm gonna give a quick walk around here.
Okay.
Because the car is so incredibly clean. Wow, man. It's swapped with a Hellcat engine, right?
It is. It's pretty much it's a Hellcat motor with a upper pulley and a lower dampener. It makes about 850 on the blower and 1,000 on the. It's a 1,000 horsepower car.
So 850 on blower and 1,000 on nitrous?
Yeah, nitrous.
Okay.
150 shot.
150 shot. These Hellcat engines are known to be pretty stout, right? But Hellcats are pretty heavy. This car probably doesn't weigh that much.
This car weighs about close to 2,000 less than a Hellcat.
2,000 pounds less than a Hellcat. Yeah. So what, 2,600 pounds, 2,700?
25, 40, I want to say. Really? Almost 26.
So that power to weight, that's serious, man. This thing probably moves out.
It multiplies that 1,000 to a little bit more than, just because of the weight ratio.
Sure.
Probably it's like racing a 1,400 horsepower Hellcat, equivalent.
Yeah. 100%. Man, that's so cool. I don't think I've ever seen another Fox with a Hellcat engine in it. Do you know of any others?
I don't know of any of them. This is something that I always thought of because, when the Hellcats came out, it was like the best bang for your buck. You put an upper pulley and a dampener, some injectors.
E85 and your
E85, exactly, just same thing. So I seen, hundreds of them here on my dyno do it every night, all day, every day. It's got the 1,300 injectors, the nitrous, the upper, the dampener. Got an Edelbrock heat exchanger up front here, and then as for fuel, I put just a 5-gallon brushless in the back, an inline, Holley inline pump, and pretty much it's on the 85. As far as ECU, I'm tricking it with Mopar Performance factory computer.
I mean, they work so well. Like out the box, these engines, it's really like they're so impressive.
It's like the throttle's so responsive that it's not even it's more than a motorcycle response. It's like it's just whap whap whap. And I think it's just because right now the converter's a little bit loose, so I do got a new converter coming for it, but that's another story.
What transmission's in it?
It's got a power glide. I just went through it. I'm having a little bit of issues because I need more adjustment on the reverse right now. I would probably do a different little gear setup for what I got as far as final drive.
Yeah, so to give people an idea, power glide is a 2-speed and very long gearing, and more so meant for usually like a drag racing application or something like that. And
like a high and a low.
Yeah. So have you run this thing down the quarter mile before?
I haven't. I mean, they took our track away from us, so we got to take travel with it a little bit. But I kind of built this kind of like not to mess up other cars that I got and play around with the cash days and stuff that we do around here. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a pretty reliable machine, which is nice,
It is.
In these days of everything making stupid horsepower, the more horsepower you make, the less reliable things get.
And this car, when they were building it, had a lot of things that were on it, just like temporary, just to get it rolling and stuff. So as far as the shocks, they weren't working properly. So I tried a couple times. It was just like the front end wouldn't travel. It was locked down in the front. So now I got my boy Mark give me some nice shocks with like a really nice stroke that the whole car will come up 8.5 inches in the front to transfer the weight to the back. Yeah, basically the glide, the Hellcat, the pump, the injectors.
I mean, for the most part, it's a pretty basic setup, I mean, obviously, like I'm sure
it took a lot.
It took a lot, right?
Yeah, it took a lot to get this in here because it was like, I mean, for them, it's kind of like nothing. This is normal routine day work. AC Carcraft, those guys are great. They're the ones that placed this motor and tranny and roller and did the cage and whatnot. Then as far as the back, the rear end, it's got a 8.8 with a solid axle back there, mini tubs.
If you had to guess, what do you think this thing would run in the quarter? I'll tell you, if I had to guess, I would say it'd probably go like somewhere in the bottom 8s. What do you think?
I agree exactly that, yeah. I would think 20s in the 8s, like 20s to 50s. I don't know. Yeah, all the time. As long as I keep that blower at that same temp and the IETs, it'll do that.
And then you can take this thing, get some groceries,
Yeah, recon.
Yeah, I mean, this is honestly, it's a full street car. It's a stock engine. I imagine this car would probably be one of the most reliable things out there. You could literally just run it and run it and run it. Because like these guys in the Hellcats, they're making 900, 950. I had one, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, and you could literally just, I mean, I think I had 200 or 300 passes on it at that weight. So at this weight, it's even less, you know, stress on all the drivetrain and the powertrain and all that.
I was gonna mention that, yeah, being that it's a lot lighter than one of those, it's a lot less strain on the motor, tranny, and everything else.
Yeah, man, what an awesome machine. Let's take a look at the interior here.
Sure.
Wow, man, this interior is ridiculously clean. These aren't the factory gauges, obviously, I guess, right? But a little digital
Dakota deal, or it's some LEDs and stuff. That all works. My speedo works.
Nice. So you monitorize it just enough.
Yeah.
Because you still got obviously like factory dash. And
I look at my water temp and oil pressure. If I'm good, then we mash it.
And you got the old ratchet shifter there.
Yeah, this is a PPP precision performance products. So I just go to first and then second. That's it. I just slap it into second. And then reverse is right here, where you just put this, and this knocks it into reverse.
Nice.
It's supposed to. That's what I'm having a little issue with right now. I gotta adjust. And it's also my trans brake. I just hold this, and I'll hold. Yeah.
Nice. And I got to give them a shot back here because this is such a cool touch.
AIDS did that for me as an appreciation, so I would like to give him a little bit of shout out at least. Hayes Performance, he helped me out with this Mopar deal a little bit. So
nice, man. That's so cool. Sounds evil, bro.
It's there. It's just, I can barely look. I'm just
Wow, man, this thing sounds straight evil.
I really haven't driven it much, so I've done a couple of burnouts here and just get on the brake and messing with it, but and I gotta
does it hook up?
It does, and I haven't really tried it with these shocks, so it wasn't hooking up as much as it should with this setup now. Like, as a matter of fact, since I got this up, I'm gonna release these a little bit more clicks, just so it travels a little bit more backwards. Yeah.
All right, guys, so unfortunately the Fox does not have a passenger seatbelt, so I'm gonna have to sit this one out, but we're gonna strap a bunch of cameras in. Alex is gonna go have some fun. We're gonna get some sick sounds for you guys. Let's do this.
This is pretty much 69 Camaro that I've had for a long time. I street raced a long time here. I used to call it the money maker, and then I call it Karma Roll right now because whatever, it's a Camaro, Karma Roll. I kind of took it apart and I made it kind of like pro touring, still able to race it if I wanted to, you know?
Sure. I mean, it looks like a badass street car. I mean, I see an AC compressor, so this thing, it's got twin turbos and AC.
Yeah, precision 66, 67s.
Oh, wow. How much power does it make?
It makes a lot less on the street when I'm racing it because of whatever, but it's an LME 427, so it's rated for like 1500. It's probably 1300 right now.
Man, look at this thing. That's a badass hot rod right there.
So this is a Holley ECU deal where Holley EFI runs the EFI system.
Incredibly clean car, man.
And I got the seated dominator over there, Holley set up under the seat, so I was messing with it, I took it off, the seat off to mess with it.
All your cars are pretty mint, man. I gotta say,
you
got really good taste in cars.
Yeah, my father injected this problem as a kid. I was born in the auto parts business here in Miami, and we had like the bigger auto parts deal, and at the age of 20 something I had my own auto parts, and I've just been acquiring cars ever since then. You know, I got cars I've had for 26 years. They're not here, you know. I got about another 6, 7 more that are not here.
So I see a couple race cars back here. We got a donk. A little bit of everything, man. But I guess, I mean, give us an idea. Are you racing these cars? So
these were like street cars. I used to have street race and, you know, cash day stuff kind of deal. This one's hurt right now. This one's still going in another version of more of a track deal now. The Mustang's coming back out. The motor and this thing is out of it right now because I'm upgrading it into possibly a billet deal. So.
Well, this normally has a 2J in it, right?
Yeah, that's a 2J big Pro Mod deal. Single Pro Mod.
And that's a crazy light chassis too. So
we've seen a 1465 on a hub dyno. That's Fuel Tech. That actually is the only outdated car that doesn't have an ECU in it. This is Holley. This is Fuel Tech. That's one of stock thing.
So what's the deal with this?
So that's my
outlaw deal?
Yeah, that's my outlaw deal. I raced Outlaw 632 for a while until it started getting a little bit out of hand where the crybabies, and then this is just built here in Hialeah, Opelika, and I had to race, you know, double frame rail deals where they were able to go and be lighter than me and stuff like that. So it wasn't really worth it me chasing them anymore, as I was like always in the top 5 of the group, but they just started going quicker and quicker and quicker and getting more weight breaks and more breaks than what I could get, so it wasn't worth it. I kept on breaking too much, I got out of it. And I just now...
You still run the car for fun at all, or?
Yeah, I just know, you know, no time it's ready. I haven't really put it in and gone, but it's ready for that. I don't like running in the summer because it's too hot.
Brutal.
It's brutal
out here. It's like 105 degrees today.
Right.
How much power does this thing make? Is it a nitrous car?
This is a big nitrous car. It's a big block 632 that Oscar at PRD built for me, and there's always been my engine program for it, as he's down the street local and he takes care of me as a friend and a brother, whatever.
So these things make big power on motor, right?
On motor is really not that much. What the question that we're trying to get to is like on the actual big block 632 cubic inch, which probably make closer to 1200. The thing is, the nitrous got 400 shots, you know, 350 shots. So I only use 2.
1500 plus horsepower.
1700, 1800. Wow. You know, up there. 60 foot is 1.0. 60 foot 1.0, so low 1.0s.
God damn, bro.
Sorry for the noise.
This thing is serious. Yeah, so this is the full street car, full exhaust, AC power steering. Dude, this thing sounds wicked, brother.
So I played along a lot with this for a while, and then I started building this other turbo setup that I've been at it for a while, and trying to get ready. But this is as it sits, it's ready to go to the track.
Man, so you got from the most extreme to this beautiful ZR1 street car. So this thing makes what, 1,000 you said, or just over 1,000?
It'll make more on the nitrous. It makes 1,006 on the blower. It's got a Kong setup, Kong 2650, and everything I could throw at it. That Greg over there at Kong Performance.
And then how much nitrous is on it?
I don't really hit it with a lot of nitrous because it's a stock bottom. I've hit it probably twice, and it's just like a little 100 shot, but I don't really like to. I've hit it. I've only used it like twice. Yeah, I don't want to push the limit for a while.
This is a serious deal, man. I love this yellow, man. The yellow just pops.
You know, C6, this one right here in particular is 12 years old. Pretty much, you know, like the 1,000 horsepower with 3,100 pound weight ratio is pretty stout and fun. It's fast. Yeah, it's very quick.
Yeah, very quick.
So here we have a beautiful Mark IV Supra. I've seen this car over the years. I know it makes pretty serious power. How much power is it making?
Shout out over there to Steve at Trackout, the hub dyno. We made 1465. It's got a 3/4 stroker, big single turbo on nitrous, and a turbo Mark Mickey Turbo 400.
Pop the hood. You gotta see this thing.
This car's been on the channel a handful of times over the years.
Yeah.
Having some fun
it's not really
at the track, at the street, you know?
The car does well. It's more of a track setup. I use it and play around with it on the street because, like I said, I'm a junkie, an adrenaline junkie. But the setup is more set up for a track deal. Sure. Because the way I have it geared. It's not the prettiest 2J compartment, but it defends itself.
It's all business.
Yeah.
And how much nitrous are you spraying on it?
So this
or is that just for spool?
We used to use it for spool, but then I ended up just leaving it on, you know, throughout the pass. It's been 8.0 at a 180.
Wow, 8.0 at 180.
Yeah, it does the same thing as rolling or out the hole. It'll get this, you know, gearing is gearing, so it goes 180.
And what do you spray? 150 shot on it or something?
It's a 200 shot.
200 shot.
I think it's got. I mean, I've had 150s in it. It's got 24s. I think it's got 28 jets in it now. It's a dry setup, so it's a 200.
What turbo is this?
It's a Precision 8684.
Absolutely love that you're not biased to only domestic. You got a little bit of everything. You got imports. You got, you know, domestic stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty
much
much
all of it, huh?
I'm just like a motorhead, I want to say. So, you know, I would say that I was more of a Chevy guy more growing up in my life, but as I started realizing I just like to go fast. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a Ford, a Chevy, a Toyota, a Nissan. I want to go fast, and I try to go faster. So
love it. I feel you on that.
All of this is just because of my father. May he rest in peace. I call him Fat Daddy Patty. Yeah, he injected this issue into me as a kid. We grew up in an auto parts business with my family, my 4 brothers and sisters, and then I've just been acquiring cars as a kid for a while. So little by little, I start building and taking them apart and doing them and just making them as quick as I can.
You're a gearhead at heart.
Exactly.